When y'all came with the Ghetto Street Funk, though, man, I mean, what was that like, putting that sound together? And then also in Atlanta, y'all doing a whole different sound than what was currently trending in the city.
Well, it wasn't because, okay, when we did our first album, Organized Noise produced the whole album. I think we all were trying to figure out how to be professional. So we just made professional music. Like we listened to what was out. We were influenced by New York more than anything. Yeah. So our first album sound like it could have easily been somewhere between Das Effects and Lords on the Underground. It was hip hop like based on what we thought we were supposed to do. But going to New York on that PA album was the thing that kind of, I think, flipped the switch. At least for me, I can't say for everybody, but I know for me it's flipped the switch. We had a show as PA at Red Alert's birthday party, and Rico went with us. We went up there and we performed, and we did good. Like nobody booed. Like we did good, right? To the point where Puff came, but this is like before, like he wasn't on, but this is like Puff comes up and is like, yo, y'all did good. And we were like, nah, they didn't do shit. He was like, well, they didn't boo though. Yeah. And he was like, that's how you know, like they don't really care. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, but the thing is, y'all ain't do nothing different. Y'all just did good. And I was like, oh, that's right, because we were doing New York-ish music. So it was like that moment where, I know for me, I realized like we're never gonna be as New York as a New York nigga. Come on now. So let's just make Atlanta shit, because like we come up here and we trying to impress them as Brooklyn in the house and all that type of shit, but they do that when they come down here. Yeah. Like so we started noticing the shit's like we gotta own something. We gotta take like take ownership and take a stand somewhere. So getting back to it, we got back down here and that's when Outkast got signed. So that's what we were working on. What was it like seeing a young cast come into the fold, and did you know that they were gonna go on to be icons themselves as well? We knew that they were the best vehicle in the crew because they were the youngest. They were moving. They were kids. Yeah. So it's like the idea was to pour all the information, all the hooks, all the beats, all the ideas into this thing because it could possibly or probably travel. You know what I'm saying? Like they were cool. Dre was cool. Big was cool. They were cool in high school. Yeah. So it's like, the thought is like you are who you are. So if you can be this person at school, you can probably be this person in the world. Come on now. So break down that creative process, and then you starting to realize that you had an A&R talent set with skill set while you doing all of this stuff. What was it that kind of made you get into the A&R side of things? Pebblez was a reason I started doing A&R because she noticed that first of all, we were signed. PA was signed to Pebblez. We were signed to her company, Savvy Records. We got signed to LaFace first, but then she got a production deal, and we moved it over to her. And but while we were working with her, she noticed that I was asking questions, and she was like, "Well, you want to know? Why don't you come to the video editing if you want to know why?" And I would show up, and she would just teach me shit like why, like I remember being I want to say it was What About Your Friends or Hat to the Back, one of those videos. She was in the editing bay, and she was like, she was like, okay, so we got to stop the frame, put her name here. I was like, why are you doing that? People know who they are. She's like, this is a new video for somebody. Like right now it's about making sure they know that that's T-Boz and that's Left Eye. And it's like, she was making me understand branding. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And shit like, how to place, like how to edit a first hook of a song. It's like little science shit that she knew, and I was like, okay, and I would learn it, take it back to the dungeon, like, hey y'all, nigga, I'm telling you, stop that shit right there. When they see that nigga the first time, and it is that kind of energy that you start picking up, and she was like, yo, you're utilizing this right. There's a place for you on this side of the business. And she put me in place with LA, and he was like, yeah, you get it. He was like, and as a DJ, he I think I understood music and how it affects people. Exactly. Linking up with L.A. Reid, though, being able to have him as an up-close and personal mentor at the same time, what kind of game did he lay on you? Because Pebblez had already broken it down, so then what did L.A. come with on top of that? He came with the example of putting it to work. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, here's this information I've seen, here's all this. He was dope because he let people try shit. Like he trusted that I think you're dope enough to figure that out, and he put a bunch of really capable people together. So it was kind of like this. Again, it was like every level of this for me has been like a different level of the dungeon. It's like you get put in a position where you got to look at the people around you and figure out how to make this situation better for all of us. Like, so that's how I always looked at it. And getting into LaFace, it was just another level of super talented people. And I could just do my part, which was recognize who was dope, trying to put them together with other dope people, and see what happens, you know?
Seeing a young Usher over there, what was it like when you saw him and you realized that he needed the game?
That's funny as hell. I laid the game on the nigga. What's funny is, bro, Usher has been Usher from the first day I ever saw him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He been that young dude. He performing at showcases and running up on old women. Like, he was 13, 14, I don't know. But running up on 25-year-old women, like, singing End of the Road, like, on one knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But understanding how to do that. So it wasn't like he came with that part of the game. Right?
Okay.
All it really was matching music with the energy. And, you know, it was easy, too, because I had the example of what the first album he did with the Can You Get With It? That song. Like, it was like the hook was Can You Get With It? It's only a sexual thing. And I was like, man, that's probably not going to work. He 13. You know what I'm saying? Just in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it sounds fly as a Jodeci song.
Yeah.
But for a kid, it's like you gotta adjust that, right?
Exactly. That ain't gonna work.
And being from the South, though, understanding that he was from Chattanooga, yeah, he was from Tennessee. It's like some Southern value stuff that's got to add up too.
Exactly.
So we were able to like take what he understood and even some of the game he got from being in New York with Puff and apply it to like Southern thinking with like JD, and you know, it worked better because it's like he got to be more of a kid growing up. And in that way you kind of can get the fans who are going to grow with you.
Exactly.
Because like if you got, you know, if I, as a parent, if I got a 12-year-old kid, she can't go see a nigga talking about Can You Get With It at 13.